Welcome to the P.T.S.D podcast with your host, comedian and military veteran, Bernard the Laugh Therapist Hines, where we discuss P.T.S.D, processing traumatic situations differently, and give you tools to help you overcome the stigma of seeking help. If you're ready to be inspired, then welcome to the Stigma-Free Zone. Here's your host, the Laugh Therapist himself, Bernard Hines.
What up, good people? What up, good people? Hey, it's your boy, Bernard Hines, a.k.a. the Laugh Therapist, and welcome to the P.T.S.D Processing Traumatic Situation Differently podcast. Here, we try to inform, enlighten, and become advocates for one another as we learn more productive ways to process our trauma. Always remember, as a therapist, I am not licensed, I'm just certified. Welcome to the Stigma-Free Zone. What up, everybody? This your boy, Bernard Hines. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Listen, we have a great show today. I have a good friend of mine, Miss Latisha Holmes. She's going to come up here, y'all. She's going to talk about her organization, Combat Boots to Red Bottoms, and she's a retired military veteran. So right now, y'all, coming to the stage, give me a warm round of applause for my friend, Latisha Holmes. How you doing, Latisha?
What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up, girl? Listen, thank you for being on the show today. Thank you for being here. It's awesome. I've been trying to get this young lady to be on the show for almost a year. She's like, I got felonies, I got all this stuff. I got to get cleared up before they put me on the screen and they see who I am.
Oh my God.
But how are you doing today?
I was good until you started talking about she retired,
Oh my God.
Like I got my AARP card.
I said from the military, we retired from the military very young.
Yes, that is true.
Very young. And then we pick up other careers. You know that. Then we pick up other careers. So thank you for being here. Listen, we're going to jump right into this interview just like double dutch. Well, first of all, how did you meet me? That's what I want to know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I told you I'm gonna throw you a curve. I can tell you where, but I wanted you to know.
I think what? I think Rodney introduced us.
There you go. It was in Maryland. Sure did. It was in Maryland.
Rodney introduced us.
Yep. I was doing comedy up there, or I was speaking, or I was doing something, and you was at the organization. He was like, "Hey, man, you need to meet this young lady. She's doing great things." And
Rodney said it.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, and we weren't dating, but you ghosted me. I'm like, where's she at then?
No. I'm known to do that.
You known to ghost. Okay. So give us a brief introduction of you, who you are.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I guess to sum it up in one sentence, I guess I would still say that I'm a soldier.
That's all you want. Yeah. If that's what you want to sum up, y'all. What she's saying is she's still stuck in the military. That's what she said. if you didn't hear that, and that's what though, that's a good starting point because there's a lot of us who were still stuck or are still stuck in the military in some kind of ways because we was regimented for so long.
Oh yeah.
We was regimented for so long.
Yes, you are definitely right. It's a big part of us.
Okay.
A lot of people don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a lot of us have taken our oath so seriously and, taken care of service members so long in the mission that it is really, truly a part of our DNA.
Correct. And it's awesome that you said we have taken care of others for so long that we don't know how to take care of ourselves.
Yeah. That is very much true. Very much true. And sometimes we don't know how to ask for help either. Mm-hmm. We don't even want to tell ourselves that we need help or there's a problem.
Correct.
Correct.
What's
that mentality? Take Motrin, take 800 milligram Motrin, drink water and keep moving.
Keep moving. Your leg might be falling off, your shoulder hurt, but mission come first. And that's what we have always put, mission first.
Yeah.
But once you get out, I had to learn to sometimes you got to put self first because they say on the airplane, you got to put the oxygen on yourself first sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
go ahead.
That's so true.
Yeah. So tell me about your little bit about your military career. You said you I ain't gonna say what you said. What did you say? What was your job in the military?
Okay, so I started out, believe it or not, in the National Guard.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that. I started out in the Mississippi National Guard.
The SIP.
And yep, the SIP. A lot of people don't realize that I am from Mississippi. They question that. But
Okay.
I am. I was born
Okay.
and raised in Mississippi. And I think
Okay.
it's because I pronounce all the syllables. so I still get, like, when I'm in Mississippi, like right now I'm in Mississippi, if I'm dealing with people, if I'm talking to them, they'll say, "You're not from here, are you?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm from here." so
But
I joined the Mississippi National Guard and I worked in admin.
Okay.
And then I went to a barbecue one time, and this gentleman, these guys was there. I didn't know them.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this guy saying to me, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm in the Mississippi National Guard." So I was volunteering for everything, you know.
You ain't shake your shoulders with it.
Yeah, I'm in the Mississippi National Guard. I was so proud, you know. And you know, he looked at me and he said, "That's not gonna be enough for you." And I said, "Yes, it is. I love Mississippi."
Okay.
So, yeah. So I remember walking into a recruiting station. I can't remember which one it was. And I said, "Hey, I want to go active." And do you know, this man stood up in the back? He came out of this room. You know, he was a station commander.
Okay.
Now I know that. I didn't know that then.
Okay.
He looked at me and he said, "I knew it."
What?
He said, "You don't remember me, do you?" And I said, "No." He said, "I was at a barbecue." He said, "I knew that part-time was not going to be enough for you."
Wow.
Yeah. So I went in, transferred active, and never looked back. I was scared though, because the guys in my National Guard unit, it was like, "Holmes, you don't want to go." I don't know if I can say this on the podcast.
Why you can't? Oh. What they say, there's predators there?
It's a little deep, you know.
Okay.
So
This is your story.
They kept telling me, "You might have to cut this one out." So they kept telling me, "You don't want to go active, Holmes." You know, they was these old dudes, these old heads. "You don't want to go active." I was raising my hand for everything. They was like, "Stop volunteering for stuff." so he said, "No." He said, "You don't." They said they got together and they was like, "There's only two types of women in active army." They was like, whores and alcoholics.
Okay.
And we don't want you to turn into one because you're such a sweet girl. They scared the crap out of me. I went in there and I said, "Whatever you give me, I want to make sure that I do not, I want to change my job, but I don't want to." I said, I want to go to war. So, yeah, I was like, number one, I want to go to war. So I said, I want to fight. I want to deploy. And I said, number two, I want to make sure that I don't lose my relationship with God. Those were two things, because I was scared that if I detached my relationship with God, that I would become a whore or alcoholic, because these guys are scared the crap out of me.
Listen, your credible others, as we call them, that's all you knew. And man. So
they gave me all of these jobs that I could do, and chaplain assistant was one of them. And I was like, "What's that?" And it was like, "Well, your job would be to protect the chaplain." I said, "So I get to deploy?" He was like, "Yeah, they said, if the chaplain is dead and you alive, you did something wrong."
Oh my God. But listen,
I said, "I'll take it."
Let me tell you something about chaplain's assistants. I did not know that you don't have to love God. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to that was just a job.
Yeah.
Because the chaplain assistant that we had, we drunk more liquor and played more dice. I'm like, how you the chaplain assistant? Yeah.
That is so true. Actually, when we were in training, they said the best chaplain assistant, I don't know if they just, you know how they make up stuff in training.
Correct.
The best chaplain assistant ever known was an atheist. That's what we were told.
Okay.
But I got a chance. I love the fact that I worked in the chaplaincy.
Correct.
Because I got a chance to learn about different religions.
Okay.
And the core of those religions,
Mm-hmm.
their traditions, and I got a chance to work with different chaplains,
Right.
and learn so much where it broadened. It didn't diminish my faith,
Okay.
but it gave me a new respect for everyone else's culture and religious practices.
Wow.
And I thought that was amazing. That is an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I remember someone I worked retention too, because
Okay.
retention is like an additional duty.
Of course. Keep you in. Yeah, they got to keep you in.
Yeah. So I got I think I got an inspection was done
Okay.
from INSCOM headquarters, and um it's hard for me to talk about this guy because he was my mentor for so long. He passed
Okay.
away a couple years ago, but he came and inspected me, my
Okay.
retention program,
Mm-hmm.
and I was this young, just feisty, young NCO, like, hey, we're gonna do this, blah blah blah.
Oh.
And he offered for me to he wanted me to become a career counselor, and I was like, no.
Okay.
Kept saying no, no, no.
And the career counselor, for those who don't know, is you take what is a career counselor in small?
So career counselor, what we do is we're basically the subject matter expert
to keep people in the military
on retention and tradition management.
Right. To keep us in the military.
For the military.
Keep us in the military when we're trying to get out.
A lot of people think it's just getting people to re-enlist, but we have to make sure it's a lot more than that, because we're the only ones in the military to do our job, and we have no officers in our job. There's only NCOs, and you have to be hand selected.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you have to be endorsed by another career counselor, and whatever you do in the field is going to follow that person.
Okay.
That endorsed you. So it's a big deal. It's a really difficult school to go through, because you're dealing with contracts and money and things of that nature. And
so basically you went from the Lord's side to the deacons and the chaplain side. I mean, the deacons and the trustee side. You went from helping the pastor to dealing with the money in the church. Okay.
Trust me, I had to pray a lot. As a career counselor, I had to pray a lot, man.
Oh my goodness. So getting back to that, you said the gentleman got you to do that. And did you like so which one did you like?
I loved being a counselor.
Okay.
And the reason I loved being a counselor, I had a Sergeant Major Jones told me, he said, Holmes, you can take your religion with you anywhere. He said, but this job allows you to open doors for soldiers that sometimes even we can't. He said, I have told a soldier they could not have something, and you have come in and briefed that you got it for the soldier. And I'm like, what? So that was my deciding factor, because I wanted to open doors for soldiers and their families.
And that's why I truly believe you still stuck in the military right now.
Why?
You still opening up doors for other people. And I'm going to tell you why you open up doors, because you are in an organization called Combat Boots to Red Bottoms, correct?
Right. I mean, yes. Yes.
See what you about to say, Roger. Combat Boots to Red Bottoms. Listen, tell the world, the nation, about Combat Boots to Red Bottoms.
Okay, so we are an organization of women who have served in the armed forces or currently serve in the armed forces.
Okay.
So if you are, even if, how should I say it? A lot of women walking around here, they don't know that they're members of Combat Boots to Red Bottoms, because it doesn't cost anything to be a member.
Okay.
The only requirement is that you have to be a woman who have served in the military or currently wearing a uniform, whether it's National Guard, Reserve. We're even allowing Space Force to come in.
Space Force. Yeah, they stay high. They stay high anyway, so you can let them come on in.
great. What we do is we provide support for them,
Okay.
and a sisterhood, pretty much like the military. Because a lot of times when you get out,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like a fish out of water.
Correct.
Our sense of humor can be kind of dark. The way we look at things,
Mm-hmm.
the way we handle certain situations may not be
Mm-hmm.
the norm to civilians.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, a lot of times we could be in a crowded room or even with our families and friends that are civilians, and we feel like the only person in the room, like we're so
Right.
alone, like no
Right.
one understands us.
We feel numb sometimes. Feel numb to all that's going around. Stuff is going around us. People like, why are you not participating?
Yeah,
I don't know. Don't want to be bothered.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see, we get it.
Right.
We provide you a community that gets it. That sometimes you got to take a knee and people think that you're just being lazy, but you're dealing with so much like PTSD, anxiety, depression, and sometimes that can be paralyzing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we get it. We provide you that support.
And y'all provide that support, but also you provide those resources. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah,
Resources
we
for
connect
people.
you
Right.
with resources like you.
Okay. Aha.
You're not, you're not a therapist. You just medicated.
I am medicated, but I am a certified peer recovery specialist, and I tell folks my job is to gain your trust and give you the resources.
That's right. Well, basically, we do that.
Right.
So,
And we need organizations like yours who people can trust to know if I come to you and I'm telling you what's going on in my life, that you're not going to, look at me different. You're not going to judge me, but you're going to say, hey, I got a resource for you.
yeah. Or how can I help? Because sometimes we don't want people to fix it. We just want to sit there for a second.
Correct.
So we're even there to sit next to you or sit on the phone with you or just be present so you know that you got someone there.
Correct. So
whether it's business or just everyday life.
Everyday life. Okay. So y'all not taking the place of therapists, correct?
No.
Right.
No, we provide a sisterhood.
Right.
But one thing about Combat Booster Red Bottoms, we're a diverse sisterhood. We don't cater to any one religion, any one race, any one job specialty, or anything of that nature. If you have served, you are a part of our family. And I think in today's society, our atmosphere is so polarized by politics and racial tension that sometimes it makes us apprehensive about connecting. We don't have that in Combat Booster Red Bottoms. We understand, just like in the military, that we come from different backgrounds, religions. We have, different ways of expressing ourselves. We have different political views. We do not let that get in the way of helping each other. Because at the end of the day, when you're in the military, when the balloon goes up and you have to go out there and do what you got to do, we don't worry about that.
I don't care what you do. I don't care who you believe in. I don't care what you do. I do care, but I'm telling you, can you shoot straight?
Right. Because you'll be surprised who will come to your rescue.
That's right. That is so true.
Yeah.
That
and
is so true.
we foster that across the nation. So if we have a sister who is, having some issues, there's no barrier there for us.
Correct.
And if there is an issue, we work through it. We're just one big dysfunctional, happy family.
Hey, dysfunction is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And in your organization, you have representatives in different states, correct?
Yes, currently we have a North Carolina representative, Griselle Long. She is an Army veteran. Okay. And we have Heather, who is in Alabama. She's our Alabama state representative. She's an Army veteran. And then we also have Montoya. Montoya is a Mississippi state representative, and she's actually Army National Guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these representatives, what do they do?
What they do is they're like the point of contact for each state.
Okay.
And we have VIP members also. So if you are a VIP member, you want to host a meet and greet, which is something where is a more intimate event. within the state where we get the ladies together in that particular area. A lot of times they manage that and make sure that is good to go. They do fundraisers and do things like virtual happy hours. Like we're having a virtual happy hour Friday. And our North Carolina representative is doing that. They had dinner with ladies that wanted to attend. I think it was last week. They just got together just to have dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is, well, I'm gonna ask, who came up with combat boots to red bottoms?
That's a loaded question. You know that,
loaded.
Right?
Loaded.
He put me on the spot because
on the spot. That's right.
I'm actually the founder.
Yes. Thank you. She said it. I have been trying to get this young lady. Listen, when you are part of an organization and everybody wants to know the face, period, point blank, whether you the face and you have a type of spirit, you don't say, I am combat boots to red bottom. No, you say, this is us. I've never heard you say me. I never heard you say I never you say this is what I did. It's like this is what we do.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how you founded it.
I was retiring. I was looking at retirement, and the information and the experiences I gathered as being a counselor in the military, was a career counselor. I knew that we needed something more because, I was helping people transition out also. And so we would have soldiers I had a soldier said, I want to open up a franchise. I think he wanted to open up a White Castle.
Okay.
People laughed at him. But I sat down and I gave him information in classes because I wanted him to make the right decision.
Okay.
And so I'm looking at, wow, when you go through, I think at the time it was ACAP.
Oh, yeah.
They funnel us out there like cattle. It's information overload. And then we're out there on our own with our families or whatever. Right. And we don't have that support that go to, those answers. Go to this person, go to this building like we did in the military. We just got to figure it out. And I didn't want us to go through that.
Okay.
So I looked at from combat boots to red bottoms. Red bottoms is a symbol of you've made it. Successful life, business, especially for women. And so it resonates, and I wore red bottoms.
Okay.
Yeah, they would be like, you got some red bottoms on.
Hey, listen. And if you're not in the military and you want to go to house slippers to red bottoms, we love red bottoms. I love my white red bottoms. Hey, red bottoms.
And they're not always comfortable, but hey.
Right, they ain't got to be comfortable. They look cute. There you go. They look cute.
They're not always on.
There you go. You ain't gonna be on for a long time.
But that's another show.
That's another story.
That's another show.
That is wild. That is. So you founded it.
It's theoretical, from combat boots to red bottoms. It's catchy. I was in my little small kitchen in Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
And I kept trying to figure out, what am I going to name this, organization? What am I going to name it? And God had already given it to me. I scratched it on a sheet of paper.
Okay.
And I laid it on my counter, and it was sitting there for, I think, over a week. And I'm still trying to figure out, what am I going to name it? So I'm washing dishes, and I say, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to name this organization. What is going to bring everyone together? And I wanted to do a male version too. How do I transition that, And I looked over at the paper, and it was like God said, look, dummy, I gave it to you a week ago. It's right there.
Right.
Am I supposed to throw a shoe at you?
Okay. Am I supposed to throw a red bottom at you?
Yeah. So I'm like, that's it. And then we created, me and my team created the logo, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And y'all have been doing some great things. You have been doing some great things that upcoming in September the 12th through the 14th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 13th and 14th.
You have a conference coming up.
Yes, we have. So the The organization has always been based out of Mississippi.
Okay.
However, we get the majority of our support outside of Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And Montoya is a Mississippi State rep, and I'm telling you, she is on fire. When I tell
Right.
you she is on fire, she is really on fire. And she's like, hey, we're going to have this in Mississippi. It's the headquarters here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have our conference in Flowood, Mississippi, and it's open to all women who are veterans or currently serve.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, now do I
It's
have
gonna
to have
be-
a business?
No, you do not have to have a business. You don't have to have a business to be in Combat Boots to Red Bottoms, but we do provide you entrepreneurial support. Now we
Mm-hmm.
have sessions, breakout sessions that are geared toward entrepreneurship. Like we have a business tax class. We also have Cynthia, Cynthia Harris, who is an author, who is out of Missouri, who is going to be doing her writer's workshop, which a lot of people try to get into. And when I tell you she is phenomenal,
Okay.
this woman is phenomenal. And people can sign up for that. And we also have another business class. Oh, if people want to get into network marketing, because a lot of times people want to go into direct sales like
Correct.
Mary Kay and Neora and things of that nature. We like to be the honest broker. It's
Okay.
so you get people that recruit for that, and
Mm-hmm.
you really don't know what you're getting into. So we're having a class on direct sales. What do you need to know? And it is led by Griselle Long, who is also our North Carolina representative. And she is a Neora representative too, but she's an honest broker. She just tells you like it is.
Mm.
When it comes, she don't, people try and sugarcoat stuff. Oh, you're gonna make all this money,
Right.
this. And she answers those questions that you have. Is just amazing.
Mm.
So those are the business aspects, but we have topics like menopause. People don't talk about that.
I do. I live with menopause. Anyway, go ahead.
So, and in the military, even families don't talk about that, and I didn't realize that. And I start looking at it's a need for that.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we a sisterhood and we can't talk about those tough topics?
Correct.
And so we have that, and then we have First Command Bank that's coming out to do a financial piece.
Okay.
Even WellCare. WellCare is coming out to talk about Medicaid and Medicare. How, because at one time in TRICARE switches over as I think your secondary. So they're explaining all of that to us because a lot of us are like, we don't know what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Until it's staring us in the face and we got to make a decision.
Mm.
So WellCare is going to come out. So we have some great speakers. We have Donna out of Texas. She has Rebel LLC. She's a member of Combat Boots to Red Bottoms. Donna Hoffmeyer. She's freaking amazing. She travels all over, and she's going to be talking about taking off the boots. And we also have, which I'm very proud of, Dr. Carlisle. Shalonda Carlisle. When I tell you Dr. Carlisle is an amazing woman. She is a licensed clinical social worker.
Okay.
And she works at the VA. She works with caregivers also, and she has an agency of her own, and one mental health agency. She's a blessing to veterans and their family members. And she is going to take the time out and come and talk with us also. And we just got a lot of stuff going on at
I just want to know, how can people who want to come to this organization or learn more about the conference, where can they go to find out?
They can go to www.combatboots, the number 2, redbottoms.com.
Combatboots to redbottoms.com.
And they can learn more about our organization and how to join. There's 2 levels to join. Our VIP members are really a big part of the financial support that we have.
Okay.
We keep the VIP membership very reasonable. And what we're able to do is not just for operations, but also to help our ladies that are, dealing with emergencies, natural disasters and things of that nature, when we have to, go support them. So we're able to do that through our VIP membership. And we have a lot of perks for that. But if you want to come to the event, you just have to go to the event tab and you can register.
And you can also learn more about combat boots 2, number 2, red bottoms.
Yep.
www.combatbootstoredbottoms.com. You can learn more about this awesome organization. You can learn more about Latisha. She's doing a great thing, y'all. I told her, I said, my goal this year is to help this organization as much as I can to get out, because there are a lot of organizations out here. And all of them are doing their work in their lane. And there's no reason for anybody to say, well, I can't find my lane, I can't find my organization. No, there are resources out here for everybody. We just want everybody to do better.
Yeah. And we're not trying to poach from anyone. Come on.
Correct.
Come on, and you're automatically a member, ladies.
Correct.
You're automatically a member. We just, get your information. So when we know that opportunities are available in your area, we're going to contact you. If we know a storm hit your area, we're going to reach out to you to see if you need anything. Because sometimes, remember, we don't reach out.
That's right.
So we make it our business to check on you.
Wow. And I always like to leave this at the end towards just ask, how did your faith play a part in all of this you're doing?
How did it not play a part?
Glory.
That's the question. I'm going to tell you, God has protected me and guided me and just blessed me even when I didn't deserve it. Okay. I'm so flawed. And when I tell you he is the core of me that has kept me together all these years, and I made a pact when I came into the military with God. It was a promise. I said, Lord, if I ever forget, if it gets so difficult that I forget why I came in the Army or why I'm doing something, please find a way to remind me.
Okay.
And he has always done that. Days when I've wanted to give up, he's always reminded me. And we don't have time for this story, but one of my biggest moments that I wanted to
hold time. How you gonna have me tell me? How you gonna tell me I ain't got time for my podcast? I'm telling you, boy. These NCOs, when they've been in charge, they don't know. No, you can get the story.
Don't
tell
make me run my badge.
Y'all terrible. Badge. Oh, y'all terrible. Now, God, you can tell a story if, as we say, if the Lord laid it on your heart.
Well, I was in an armor unit in 1st Tank 172 Armor. I was the only female there, and I remember, 2 individuals that came to me and said, we hear what's going on and we think it's unfair. Why don't you just leave the unit? Like, why don't you, file a report or whatever case may be? And I said, God has me here for a reason. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm not giving up on my soldiers. And so we were able to, it was hard being the only female, and
that's rough.
You got 2 company of tankers.
Yeah. And them suckers is rough.
Combat engineers, infantry.
Them suckers is rough.
Yeah. So, you peeing in a Burger King cup, because they ain't got you riding those things. So, you got to learn their lingo,
Right.
And I remember my tank commander was like, oh, we're sorry how it's going to smell in the tank. He said and I said, man, you ain't never smell nothing until you smell a woman that hasn't bathed. I said, you in for a treat.
So, but this was your National Guard unit, right?
No.
What?
I was active Army and got stationed at 2ID Korea.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Another story. Okay.
And when I tell you, I can't even tell you what our motto was. We can't. I'm a good wholesome Christian girl.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah,
you can tell. Ooh.
But I'm gonna tell you, those were I have some lifelong friends
Mm-hmm.
from that
I'm
experience.
sure they protected you.
You had to earn
Right. Correct.
your place there. I didn't try and change them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I knew what the culture is for our men to go out here and fight, and the
Mm-hmm.
things that they will have to hype themselves up to do.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, it's hard to look at, you sitting back in a peacetime environment, the possibility of having to take a person's life or be
Mm-hmm.
killed.
Correct.
And
Correct.
so I didn't want to change them, but what I wanted to do was understand what their mission was,
Okay.
what they went through, so I know how to help them.
Mm.
And a lot of our guys, they had a GED or they didn't have
Right.
college. We didn't
Mm-hmm.
have time to go to school. We
Right.
was in the field maybe 75% of the year. So I made a deal with the education center for us to have our own college classes.
Oh, wow.
First Tank had their own college classes for them, for all of our soldiers that were stationed there, and some of them had spouses. And so we opened it up to the spouses too. Some of our
Mm.
spouses were, like some of the Filipino girls that was there,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't know that they could get free school tuition through a program. So I would have them in my office. I'd be like, if you marry my boys, you're gonna have to go to school. So I would tell them they'd bring their fiancés, or their wives
Right.
in, and I would talk to them about their mission. I'm like, there are days that he's not going to be able to talk to you about what he's went through. So, I need you to be a good support system. It's different from being a spouse and a military spouse.
Correct.
And I taught them the difference. And I said, do you want to go to school? Yes. So I would help them fill out the paperwork and they will go to school too. We also had our own ASVAB classes.
Wow.
Where usually, to raise your ASVAB, you had to go to a class like 2
Mm-hmm.
weeks.
Correct.
Our command
You
wasn't
couldn't.
having that,
Correct.
not with our mission. So
Right.
I made a deal with the command, and they allowed me to bring in the instructors for ASVAB class into our footprint for 1 week instead of 2. So instead of them going a half a day, they went a full day for a week. And a lot of those guys raised their ASVAB scores. They went to college. They got college classes, and some of them changed their MOSs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you.
So
See, I told you. What did I? When we started to do the interview, you were like, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. I don't want to tell. I don't want to tell anybody about me. I make folks comfortable. And look
it's
at you.
about them, though. I
You
mean,
just spilling the beans. But no, but it's not. It is about them, but it's about the tenacity that you have to help others. That's what Combat Boots and Red Bottoms is about. You're doing a selfless service.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, my ladies in Combat Boots and Red Bottoms, man, you should see some of the stuff that they're doing.
Great things. I went on your website and saw it. Great things. Great things.
Yeah. So it's definitely not about me. And it is, I don't want, because when I'm gone, these ladies are going to carry on. So it is definite. This organization isn't about me. I don't want people to be a part of the organization specifically because of me. I want them. I have so many ladies that are doing so much bigger and greater things than what I'm doing, and I want them to see that.
And they're being exposed through Combat Red Boots and Bottoms as an avenue.
You
of
always
other
messing
things
up our
they're doing.
name. I'm gonna throw this coffee cup at
I
you.
said Combat Boots to Red Bottoms. What I say?
No, you did.
I did. Combat Boots to Red Bottoms.
There you go.
Listen, it is great. It is great talking. I'm glad that you have come out your shell for this moment. Now I don't know if you're gonna go back in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in my hole.
See,
my bunker.
See, yeah, there you go. Your bunker. Put your helmet on just in case it's good. Oh my God. But no, you're doing a great thing. And again, y'all, you can go to www.combatboots2, the number 2, redbottoms.com, and you can get all the information you want to know. How can they follow you on social media?
They can follow Combat Boots to Red Bottoms, and I also have my page on Facebook, which is Welcome to Greatness. It has my
Welcome
name
to
on it.
greatness.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome. We didn't get a chance to talk about that.
No, we ain't gonna talk about that.
That's on another show. That's on another show. That's awesome. She ain't gonna promote herself, y'all. I'm just telling you right now. You probably got to do a search and find it and go to FBI and all of the other good stuff. But what would you like to leave someone for inspiration who might be stuck or might be about to get out or getting out and don't know what to do next?
You're not alone. You have a community that you don't realize that you are with. You already have that support. And this is not just for women, but it's also for our men also. So if you can both reach out to us. Now, men, you can't be in our community,
Yeah, you can't just become there. Yeah, you can't become there just to look at the red bottom.
Else for you,
Yeah.
But
I want to see the red bottom.
You can't do that. I want you to know that you're not by yourself. No matter where you go in the world, no matter what you're going through, you may feel like you're alone, but we're here. And we're here to guide you professionally and personally, regardless of what you are going through. That's what you're just not by yourself.
Awesome. Miss Latisha Holmes, thank you again for being part. Oh, look at the show. For being part of the PTSD processing traumatic situations differently. And you have helped a lot of people in your time process their trauma differently by doing what you are doing. And I want to thank you. And right now, you are released from the stigma-free zone. Thank you.
Thank you.